Come on now. You already know what this is. First things first. God did this. Don't get mad with us. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. And you know I'm here on Exclusive Takes because I got some I really gotta talk about, okay? Because I know how y'all be. I'm like, oh, where's the weekly review? We gotta have the weekly review. Well, you see what happened, okay? With Crown Jewel Purse, but I really need to talk about some of the stuff that happened with NXT really quick. This NXT versus TNA, the takeover, the invasion. Well, original was invasion, and then they kind of switched it up. But I'm not mad about a lot of stuff that they did. A couple people was upset. Let's talk about one of the first things that everybody was really upset about. Okay, Matt, the Hardys. Okay, the Hardys going up against Darkseid. Okay, title for title. All right, and I get it. All right. I know how y'all feel about the nostalgia part. Okay, with the Hardys taking the titles. For me personally, first thing I said, well, TNA needed some of NXT's titles. They ain't had none. And honestly, if Darkseid would have took those titles from TNA, I mean, you wouldn't have had no titles on TNA. And all of them would have been on NXT. So, in a lot of ways, I understood that. Now, granted, do we want to see the Dudleys versus the Hardys? Probably not. And I'm not saying that for the Hardys. I mean, everybody trying to say the Hardys is washed, this, that, and the third. Look, them boys still put on a good match. They do what they can do at the type of bodies, at the age that there are, the age that they're at to do it. Come on, y'all gotta respect that. I get it. Okay, it's not like they're pushing the young talent, and I definitely understand that. I definitely do. Because it does say like, damn, so we can't get you can't put this on the younger talent, you can't put this on the young talent. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, in my opinion, I feel like that's the only reason why the Hardys took those titles. Was because, NXT's already got two of the main titles already. So you got to give them something. And I'm okay with that. Granted, it's probably not going to be for long. I don't see the Hardys having the titles for months. No, maybe a month. It might be even 2 months. But that's as far as I'm giving it for them. But again, that match was good. The match was a banger. But yeah, I know how people felt about that. Yes, yes, yes. I do think Darkseid could have got those titles as well at the same time. But I'm okay with the Hardys taking it. Pause. I think that was fine. Another thing I really need to talk about, okay? This women's the women's eliminator, the Survivor Series stuff. Look, I'm not even gonna lie. This was one of my things about this episode, for real. This low-key could have been, not even low-key, this definitely should have been a PLE. I'm gonna put that out. Sean, you're cooked up with this, but this should have been a PLE, man. I think we could have gave these matches a little bit more time. Only reason why I said this is because if it was a PLE, we know that these matches would have went a lot longer. We definitely would have seen everybody kind of put out a little bit more. My biggest gripe for the women's match, now again, Team NXT gets the dub. My biggest gripe, Jada Parker being the first one to be eliminated? What the hell was that? I mean, okay, you got JC Jane. You got, who else was even in there? You had Lola Vice. Okay. Like, I mean, come on. You had Lola Vice, you had JC Jane, you had freaking Jada Parker, okay? And then you got, and then you got Sol Ruka. So I get it, okay? At the same time, I'm not saying Lola Vice should have been the first one to get eliminated. I think for me, it's just like, we push and put so much into Jada Parker. Okay, we've seen her at the No Mercy PLE. You've seen what happened when she had that match with Sol Ruka. Okay, cool. You see what's been going on with this momentum she's been going on with her and Lash. All right, cool. I get it. But what the hell? What the hell? I mean, we're putting her in these situations, in these matches, and the girl's losing some of these. I don't like that. I'm not going to say it's a start and stop, but it's a start and what the hell? Okay? So let's stop doing this. It's either we're going to put a title on Jada, move her up to the main roster, and put her ass up against Stephanie Valkyrie. Simple as that. But again, that was a banger of a match, by the way. Okay? Banger, banger, banger. Okay? Look. Now, another thing I really need to talk about was this match between Ethan Page and Mustafa Ali. I ain't even gonna lie. That man Mustafa Ali came out, and I heard his original music for a second. And then for a second, I swear I felt something. I felt something. I said, what is them rock chills? That's what I felt. Them rock chills. Greatness. I said, man, look, Mustafa Ali, you put on a hell of a match, man. You and Ethan Page both. Even that spot where Ethan actually threw Mustafa Ali from the top of the rope all the way to the damn barricade. I said, oh my God, this man was dead. But yeah, that was a banger of a match. I'm not even gonna lie. I do feel like this was the match, and I felt like TNA should have had. Okay, even if you had Dark State win that, you should have had TNA win that title. I think Mustafa Ali taking that title from Ethan Page, I'd have been 100% okay with. I think that would have been the perfect person to put that title on to go to both brands. I think he's got the aura for it. I think he's got the character. I think that's somebody you would put a North American Championship on, in my opinion. Uh, and it makes sense for him. If he had that North American title opportunity and it never happened, I feel like that should have been one for at least give that man a little 2 to 3 month title reign, go crazy, and show why Mustafa Ali is Mustafa Ali. Come on, stop playing with that man. Come on. Man, got it, man. Come on. Stop playing with my man. Then, I got to talk about this main event, okay? Main event, Team NXT versus Team TNA. The men and the men, going at it. Now, honestly, this was a banger of a match. Of course, you seen who was on Team TNA, okay? You had Moose, okay? You had Frankie Kazarian, okay? You had Mike Santana, okay? I mean, look, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. This was really interesting, and what made it interesting, even for the women's match. Also meant to say this. I like how they chose people that were from TNA, but now are on NXT. Like for the women, they had Jordan Grace. I thought that was interesting. They kept saying, "Well, whose side are you on? You better play for real." For all that, why the hell did y'all just get a regular ref so you didn't have to worry about nobody playing favorites? And then the same thing for the men's. They told that to Joe Hendry. And I was like, man, it's kind of crazy. You have the key root people from TNA that are on NXT now being the referees for TNA versus NXT. I thought that was a nice little story that they was telling with that. And of course, now I like how even for the women's, you can tell how even Jordan's face, she wasn't happy the fact that Team NXT won it. She wanted to see Team TNA get it. So, but even though Lonnie, she had a little situation, she was talking a little stuff. I said, all right, Lonnie, I get it. I get it. But back to the men's. Uh, I love how they did it. First of all, Trick getting everybody a damn jersey. He had the capital C on his. He told Ricky Saints, I'm gonna give you the lowercase c. I said, man, you are ridiculous. But yeah, that was great. I love how everybody got their own numbers. Of course, you give Javon, the young OG, Gen Z, the 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I loved everything they did with that. Love to see the young OG getting bouncy. Him and Leon Slater going crazy. I can't wait for that match that they're gonna have together. That's gonna be a banger. I mean, come on, for the X Division title. Come on, stop playing. Like. And shout out to my man Josh, man, because he's the one that said he wanted that a few months ago. And look what they did. They heard you, and now we about to get inside of that. But yeah, man, this was a banger. I love what they did. I ain't gonna lie though. I wasn't mad to see Team TNA get the W. I thought that was fair. I thought that was fine. And again, this is one of those situations, and I know the Heartbreak Prince had talked about this. We was talking about NXT last week. Okay. My biggest thing was, and I felt that same, and his biggest thing, and I 100% agreed, was that this felt like this should have been for the ruler. I felt like the ruler should have been the champ still. Oh, you know what? Hold on, because even talking about the ruler, I'm getting choked up. I'm getting choked. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But even talking about like just even with the ruler, okay, I felt like damn, like think there was more story. Excuse me. I think there was more story there. We look at the whole history with Trick, with Oba, how everything with that transpired. Come on, come on. I've been talking so much today. I'm getting choked up. It's hurting me, Loki. Excuse me. I'm okay, people. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm back. I'm back. But oh man, still getting choked up. I'm getting choked up when it comes to the rule. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. 100% good now. I'm good now. But when we talk about the ruler, right? I think he should have been that guy. That story, him and Trick, we look at the story they was already telling since before Stand and Deliver with Trick and Oba. Okay. All those face-offs they had when they were both champions. When Trick had that TNA title and when Oba had the NXT title, how many times did they face off? I just think, personally, excuse me again, getting choked up again, talking about the ruler. I think personally, it should have been Oba. Oba should have still been there. I really do, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. Love Ricky Saints. Love Ricky Saints. Love when he was Ricky Starks. I love when he was Ricky Starks with NWA. Yeah, AEW. But I just think should have been Oba. Really should have. But Team TNA got the W. And honestly, Mike Santana, Joe Hendry giving them, the hands up. I said, you know what? Y'all delivered. Y'all delivered. And I was happy about this, man. I couldn't be mad about a damn thing that they did with this. I love the show that they gave. Love the, I just love the spots that they have for every single match. Again, personally, this should have been a PLE. I'd have watched this 100%. People would have watched this. This would have been something that they should have gave for the PLE. We should have seen a lot of people from TNA on that NXT, WWE, on that platform, wrestling, showing off their skills. So, hey, maybe next time, or maybe this might prolong into possibly into a pay-per-view. So I would hope so. So we'll see. But as always, like I tell y'all, please make sure y'all follow all of our social medias. I tell y'all this all the time. I ain't got to say this too many times, but if you know, then you know. Facebook, we on that. X, we on that. Instagram, we on that. TikTok, we're on that as well. And again, we appreciate all the love and support y'all been giving us. We're almost at 200 subscribers, and we're almost at 500 followers on TikTok. But just keep liking and keep subscribing because we're going to keep giving you that content the exclusive way. Come on, man. Y'all know what this is. But, had to give my takes on that NXT versus TNA episode. I just felt like I really had to tell y'all what I thought about that. Make sure y'all go ahead and like this. Give us a comment. Tell us what you think. What was your thoughts on it? What you think? Okay, like I would normally say. And, just talk about it, Because, again, it might not be the right take, and it might not be the wrong take, but I'm going to tell you for damn sure it's going to always be an exclusive take. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legendary Knight. And as always, we are the exclusive Knights, and we always ensure that we are the best there is, the best there was, and the best that could ever will be. And to always ensure that your nights will never be the same. Y'all be good.